All right, guys, so we're here with Jim Dill. He's the owner of Crockett Gator Bait Company and James Dill Guide Service. So today we're doing a weekly report video, and he had a guide trip today, so he was going to tell you about that and how the fish are biting on Lake of the Ozarks.
All right, well, like you said, did a trip today, did an 8-hour trip. We put in 6:30 to 2:30. We probably caught 35 fish. I don't know, 8, 9 keepers today, kind of mixed it up. We started off this morning throwing a 10-inch Berkeley power worm. Kind of been a real solid pattern here for the last several weeks. And basically, you know, my rig, I've got a 5/0 Gamakatsu wide gap hook. I like to put a little glass bead on there and then a 3/8 ounce tungsten. That bead will really rattle on there when you get in the brush. You just kind of shake it, you know, gives it a lot of action. 17-pound fluorocarbon, 7'3" Falcon rod with a one of these brand new Quantum Smokes 8-to-1 reel. Really helps you, you know, once you set that hook, get them fish up out of that brush and get them in the boat. You know, that's the rig we was throwing today. Caught a lot of fish on that 10-inch worm. The second thing, probably caught almost as equal amount of fish on it. The shaky head rig, this is just I really like to downsize when that 3/8 ounce ain't working. You know, we'll downsize to this little 3/16 shaky football, and I like putting that little Magnum finesse worm on there that Zoom makes. Green pumpkin red's a real good color right now. I downsized the line there down to 12. You know, throwing on a little 6'10" finesse jig Falcon. You know, that rig there probably catches, I mean, it caught a lot of fish today. You know, some of the smaller ones, but it will catch some big ones too. Today we mainly started out, we were flipping brush piles. I say flipping, casting to some brush piles that were from 8 to 14 foot of water. That's where the best bite was. You know, if you get in that brush or around the brush, you just pull it over that brush and let it soak in there sometimes, and then fish would just tick it and just kind of swim off. You know, so that was, most of the bites were like that. We did go out to some bluffs today and fish some bluff shelves. Caught a few fish out there. You know, and then as it kind of slowed up a little bit, if you come down and the bite kind of slows, there's kind of a midday slowdown. You want to catch some fish. We had a pretty good wind today. Anytime you get wind down here in the Ozarks, you take this little fluke rig and you just go out and catch all the fish you want. I don't know how many fish we caught today on that little fluke rig. Basically just looking at big docks on Main Lake that's catching wind, and you just play the wind, you know, the wind and the shade. And you know, usually you go out and you catch a lot of Kentuckys. Today we caught a lot of largemouth out there, a lot of short largemouth that were out there schooling. But we did catch quite a few, you know, decent Kentuckys too. So those are the 3 things we did today. Really had a pretty good day. Didn't catch any big fish today. Caught a few, I guess we probably had 2 over 3, around 3, and a few other solid keepers. And then, you know, probably a dozen keeper Kentuckys, couple decent ones. You know, so if you're coming down the lake right now, that's pretty much what I would stick to. You know, right now, at least for another couple weeks, you know, you gotta go to the backs too. If you like flipping, you want to test that out. It's kind of a hit and miss right now. It's still a few weeks away. Once we get some bigger gizzard shad towards the backs, and they really start working back there steady, that bite will be a lot more steadier. You know, and that's basically flipping under the docks. And you know, we'll cover that in the next couple of weeks.
Yep, and it seems like bait's pretty key in these areas that you're fishing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. If you go back in the creek and there's no shad at all, you might as well forget it. You're not going to get a bite, you know. But if you get back in there and you see some of these schools of these bigger shad, then you're in the right area. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean the fish are going to be there, but the odds are there's fish there. If the big gizzard shad are in the back, bigger schools, them fish are right there with them. So, and that bite's coming. It's going to get real good here in another couple weeks. You know, the water's still warm. It has dropped. You know, last week we were 87, 89 degrees. Today we had 84 degrees. So it's dropped quite a bit. If we can get some cool nights, maybe some cool rain, you know, and drop it back down. Once we get down in the upper 70s, it's going to get real good everywhere.
Yep.
So, you know, you were there, Joe. We had the Bass and Bob Summer Sizzler.
Yep.
Over the weekend.
That was an
Excellent
awesome
fishing.
event.
You know, of course, there's always guys that get on that big bite, and you know, help me remember. I know, you know, Cooks and Cooks. Cook and Cook, you know, they're always tough this time of year. They won. They had, what, 37 something?
Yep,
2 days.
37.
That's some pretty good fishing in the middle of summer. You know, Lawson and Connor had a good bag both days.
They had like 36 or 35.
36 right there. Marcus and Bill.
Yeah,
of
they
course,
tied.
Roger and Dennis had a big bag the last day, over 20. Came back. I think they took second.
Yep.
You know, and then there was a bunch of us that was catching that 11 to 14 pounds, you know, of fish. And you know, we actually, me and my partner actually kind of did a little reverse there. You know, on Bass and Bob tournaments, there's always different ways of winning money or getting a check. And you know, we kind of decided, well, we'll go after that 2-day small limit. And we started throwing back 3-pounders and replaced them with Kentuckies, so we could get that last money spot. We just squeaked it out. So,
yep, you guys won.
But
that.
it was a great time. Fishing's great down here right now. You know, we got a couple more weeks, guys. You know, we got this crazy shootout this weekend coming. Boats are getting down here. You know, we got that. We got Labor Day, and then it's pretty much going to be ours again. So get your stuff in order. Get things geared up, take care of your lawn work, your house, you know, chores, and get ready to come down the lake, because it's getting ready to get really good down here.
Awesome.